Have you ever encountered someone who appears amiable on the surface, yet your gut tells you that something is off? Perhaps you felt an understated unease, an instinct whispering that behind that pleasant smile lurks something dark. Carl Jung, one of the foremost minds in psychology, introduced the idea of the shadow, the hidden part of ourselves that we deny, but which often emerges in our interactions with others. Even when feelings of hatred, envy, or resentment are repressed, they leave subtle clues behind. Today, I'll walk you through 8 undeniable signs that someone close to you might be harboring hostile emotions despite their best efforts to mask them. Beware. Sign number 8 is especially treacherous and may completely upend your perception of those you thought you knew. And before we dive in, remember to subscribe to this channel so you never miss a new video on personal and spiritual growth. The first sign is contempt cloaked in irony. Hidden aggression doesn't always announce itself overtly. Some people choose sarcastic jabs, cutting remarks, or biting irony to express what they really feel. They tease about things they know matter deeply to you, and when you call them out, they dismiss your concerns with, "I was just joking, don't be so sensitive," as if their words were harmless. This behavior is insidiously subtle. It leaves you feeling diminished, while they maintain a guise of lighthearted humor. In reality, if their ironic comments on the same sensitive subjects persist and consistently wound you, it isn't mere jest. It's a sign of suppressed hostility. Jung believed that we often project our own hidden parts onto others, so when someone repeatedly uses irony to target your personality, they are unconsciously exposing what they refuse to accept in themselves. The second sign is covert sabotage. When someone close to you sees your progress or success as a threat, they might engage in subtle acts of undermining. Such sabotage rarely comes in glaringly obvious forms. It can appear as misguided advice, poor communication, or minor errors that, when combined, hinder your achievements. A friend or family member who habitually omits important information, leaves out key details, or unintentionally complicates your plans might not be merely absent-minded. If these occurrences consistently happen at critical junctures, it's worth questioning whether they're truly accidental or the work of someone intent on holding you back. According to Jung, individuals unwilling to face their own failures may unconsciously channel their frustrations outward, impeding you as a way to avoid confronting their own shortcomings. Sign number 3 is silent competition. Some people simply cannot accept your success without feeling the need to outdo you. Every achievement you have might prompt them to immediately shift the focus back onto themselves or to minimize your accomplishment. When you share good news, instead of celebrating with you, they interject with a mention of their own similar achievements. This unspoken rivalry is often born of deep-seated insecurities. They find it difficult to witness your shine because it calls into question their own worth. If every conversation turns into a contest, it likely masks an unvoiced resentment. Jung argued that by projecting their shadow onto you, these individuals are essentially exposing the qualities they are unable or unwilling to cultivate within themselves. The fourth sign involves superficial support. Those who secretly bear ill feelings for you might disguise their animosity with a veneer of insincere kindness. When you need assistance, they tend to downplay your problems or offer flimsy excuses for their absence. Similarly, their celebration of your successes is often forced or entirely missing. This kind of feigned support becomes particularly apparent during your key life moments. If you notice that someone close to you is consistently unavailable in times of need or reacts with indifference to your triumphs, it may be a sign that their positive sentiment is anything but genuine. Over time, true support, or the lack thereof, reveals itself in how someone responds to your highs and lows. Jung talked about ego dissociation, where a person becomes emotionally detached from others, often manifesting as a cold incapacity to support those around them. Now let's move on to sign number 5. Control disguised as care. Some individuals try to commandeer your life under the guise of concern for your well-being. They dictate your actions, criticize every choice, and instill doubt in your ability to decide for yourself. Their real intent is not to help you, but to foster a sense of dependency. This controlling behavior is often hard to pinpoint because it's wrapped in what appears to be loving advice and genuine care. A key indicator is how you feel after receiving their counsel. If you end up feeling less confident and more insecure, you're likely the target of subtle manipulation. Jung argued that the urge to control others springs from a profound fear of internal disorder. Those who cannot manage their own uncertainties try to impose order on others to evade confronting their own emotional turbulence. The 6th sign involves spreading criticism and gossip. People harboring negative feelings toward you rarely express them openly. Instead, they choose to whisper their discontent to others, disseminating skewed criticisms and false narratives. This insidious behavior impacts your reputation from the sidelines, often without your awareness, until its effects become painfully evident. Should you notice a shift in how your peers treat you, friends or colleagues suddenly becoming distant or chilly, it might be the result of someone's deliberate campaign of negative information. Jung explained that the impulse to discredit others is frequently an unconscious projection of one's own insecurities, where individuals marred by their feelings of inferiority deflect by casting aspersions on you. Sign number 7 is the absence of genuine joy in your successes. True supporters are thrilled when you reach important milestones, sharing in your joy and uplifting you during difficult times. Conversely, those nursing grudges may find it hard to hide their irritation at your achievements. You might notice this through their laconic, "Oh, that's great," or a swift, awkward change of subject, as if your success somehow diminishes their own. When you share your accomplishments and the conversation is hijacked by their self-interest, it's a strong sign that envy or poorly managed competitiveness is at play. Jung noted that an inability to truly rejoice for others is a reflection of unresolved inner conflicts, where your achievements inadvertently highlight what they have failed to achieve themselves. Finally, sign number 8 zeroes in on nonverbal cues and minute details. Hidden hostility often emerges not in words, but in subtle body language. A fleeting look at an inopportune moment, a strained smile, a sudden shift in expression, or a loaded silence can convey far more than spoken words ever could. Even as people attempt to disguise their true feelings, their bodies reveal what they cannot consciously hide. For instance, if someone appears to compliment you, but their body betrays a stiffened posture, when you mention your success, or if their tone changes ever so slightly, or they avoid eye contact during crucial moments, it's likely that their true feelings are hidden behind a mask. Jung asserted that the body and the unconscious do not lie. While the conscious mind can fabricate a facade, Genuine emotions are inevitably expressed through subtle physical signals. Trust your instincts. If you detect an undercurrent of tension or coldness, it might be your subconscious picking up on what your conscious mind struggles to articulate. Although words can be deceptive, the truth is often laid bare in gestures and small details. Thank you for following along on this journey. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.